Happy Friday. It's time for another lender tips and tricks. This one is specifically about an article that came out fall of last year that I thought was still pretty relevant for this year as our market continues to feel like it's cooled down. And this one is specifically about boomers. Boomers currently own 38% of all homes in the United States, even though they only make up 21% of our population. So we have this disproportionate amount of a specific age group that owns the majority of homes. And then when they asked them, over 50% said they do not plan to sell them unless they absolutely have to. So they do not want to downsize. They don't want to move. They don't want to pack up all their stuff. They've got years and years and years worth of crap in their houses. They've got a ton of equity. A lot of these houses may be paid off, so they don't want to take on a mortgage, which is understandable. When they further drill down though of, okay, well, what is your plan for these homes? They are going back to what we saw more in the 50s and 60s, which is instead of selling their homes, they're planning to give them to family members. Which again, we used to see a lot in the past, the generational homes, right? Where someone's living in what was grandma's home at one point that their parents lived in at one point, right? The newlywed homes that families like to gift to their loved ones, especially because some of these boomers may own more than one home. They may have picked up an investment property as well at some point. So it's a good piece just to think about who you're targeting as your audience. If you are targeting homeowners, you may want to be careful and find out what kind of age range they're in, because if you are specifically targeting people 60 and up, you may not be targeting the right audience. And they may not be willing to sell no matter how great of a listing presentation you make, or no matter how much they could quote unquote make off their equity. Their goal may not be to move. When they studied who these homes may be going to, I don't know what happened to Gen X right below them, but that's not who the homes were being gifted to. They were actually being gifted to millennials, so people in their 30s and 40s, mid 40s right now. So the funny part is though, is that, and as a millennial myself, we don't even want our parents' dishes. You know, like every time I go to my in-laws' house, they're trying to give me something from their house, and every time I tell them, donate it. We don't want any more crap. We're the minimalist generation. So a lot of these millennials don't want their parents' homes that haven't been updated since the 70s. We are not fond of lime green bathrooms and like shag carpeting, or houses that have been lived in for 40 plus years. It's not our thing. It's not our vibe. So a lot of these millennials though, that will be inheriting the parents' homes, whether they want them or not, may want to sell them, because while the parents may not have wanted all that equity, the millennials are broke. We're broke. Okay. We have an insane amount of student loan debt, insane amount of car debt, home debt, everything. So they may want to sell them. So it's a good thing to think about where the homes are currently sitting and where they will end up, to figure out what audience may work best to target. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know, or if you want to talk any strategies, I'm always happy to help. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon.